Hello students, so welcome back to our second class of General English. I hope everyone's doing well and good. We were discussing about the chapter, the last lesson of General English for class 12 SEBA board. So I hope you have gone through my previous video and you have read the chapter as well, since like I have said before. So we will continue the twist, we will continue the chapter now. So before that, let me bring back the summary of what we have gone in the first class, the first part of the chapter, the last lesson. So we'll start and I'll just give you a quick revision of the previous part, alright. So what was in the previous part? Like we got to know about who's the author, who's Alfonso Daudet and when he was born, and then we got to know when was the story written, when the war was going on, the Franco-Prussian war, it was between French and Prussia. So this war was going on, and then we got to know that why because of that war things were changed, basically because basically in the life of students and education institute due to their language change. That means from French now they have to study German, and also they cannot speak French or even study their subject, like study the language as a subject. Okay. So the story began with Franz when he was late. Franz basically was a French student who was late for his school, and then he was tempted to the surroundings, which was very beautiful. And then what happened? Then like he was going to his school, and on the way he saw a crowd where he got a bulletin board, but unfortunately he couldn't read it. He just hurried up to his school, right? So when he went to his school, he was already late. He could see his friends were already in the classroom sitting and getting ready for their lessons, and then he got the guts to just enter the classroom, and he just entered. So when he entered, he was frightened and blushed at the same time because he was very embarrassed, right? He was embarrassed to enter the classroom because he thought that I might be laughed at or my teacher would scold me. So he was frightened. Teacher was M. Hamel, their French teacher. And why was also he was frightened? Because he was asked to prepare on participles. Not only he, everybody was asked to prepare some notes or on participles, and he was not prepared of it. He didn't know a single letter of it. So that made him more nervous and frightened. So after that, when he entered, what happened? He could see that M. Hamel actually didn't scold him. He was, to his surprise, nothing of that sort happened. He was not scolded at, he was not laughed at, and he just entered into his classroom. M. Hamel said just to go to his seat in a very polite and humble way. That also surprised him, and he was in confused mood, like how come my strict teacher, who was very strict and who used to carry a ruler, and they were very frightened of him. So how come that teacher is very nice with him and talking very nice, didn't give him a punishment or didn't scold him even. So he just hurried off to his seat, and to his surprise, like he could see that M. Hamel was dressed up in a very different form, like he was dressed up in a special form. Usually he dresses up formally, but this time he was dressed up in a green coat. Then he had a silk hat which was black in color, all embroidered, like I have said the meaning in the previous class, and also a frill shirt. So this is the stuff which he wears basically on inspection or prize days. So it's not a normal day dress up which his teacher M. Hamel has worn. Okay. So till here we had discussed in our last or previous class. So just brushing up with that, and now we'll continue with the second part, like after that what happened, why the questions that we have in our mind. So let's sort it out, like we'll see now what's happened. So let's start our second part. So the second part starts when French went to his seat. He sat down there, and he was about to get more surprises, because to his notice he saw that the back benches of the classroom, which were always empty, like no one ever was there, it was always empty, no one sat there. And that day, that particular day, apart from students, village peoples were also there, who were sitting on the back side, like sitting on the back benches. So he was shocked, like why, first of all the back bench is not empty, people were there, village people were there. Secondly, it was a classroom, so students were about to be there. Why are people who are not students, village peoples, are there in the classroom, they are present in the classroom. Okay. So there was an old hosser. Old hosser is basically an elder person of the village. So, old hosser was also there, and he was in his three cornered hat. Three cornered hat is basically, it's a hat with three corners. That means I'll show in the picture, you'll see down there. So, it's a three cornered hat. And also apart from there were people present, like the mayor was there, the postmaster was there. So, everybody else in of the village who stayed in Elsik, they were present in the classroom. So, what's a mayor? Mayor is basically considered as the head of the city or the town government. Okay. So, the mayor was there, the postmaster was there, and everybody looked very sad. So, he had this question again in his mind, like, first of all they are there, and secondly they are in a very sad mood. So, what's going on? So, he could also see that old hosser, he had a primer in his hand. Like, primer means not a painting one. Primer is basically an elementary book, like it gives you the basic knowledge of a language or a subject. So, since the village people, they also don't know French very well, so the mayor bought the Hosser bought a primer so that he could translate the language. Okay. So, Franz, now while he was wondering all this thing going around him, then he could see that M. Hamel began to speak. So, M. Hamel have spoken, as it's mentioned in the textbook. My children, this is the last lesson that I shall give you. The orders has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master comes tomorrow. This is your last French lesson. I want you to be very attentive. So, M. Hamel have spoken that this is their last French lesson, and from tomorrow they were going to learn German, and the orders had come from Berlin. So, Berlin is the capital of Germany. So, since Prussian has won the battle, so they will choose their subject, they have their rules and regulations, and they decided that no, from now French won't be taught because they have won the battle and they have mostly dominated Alsace and Lorraine, the districts of French. So, what happened that M. Hamel, when he said now French, now it struck on his mind that oh, so like this is the thing, like from now we are not allowed to study German, we have study French, we have to study German from now. So, it was a thunderclap for him. Thunderclap means it's a shocking, unexpected thing from him, an unfortunate thing which he was never expecting of, that this will be his last French lesson. So, M. Hamel also mentioned that the new teacher who is supposed to teach them German is going to come tomorrow. So, they will get a new subject German and also a new teacher. So, this was very sad for all the villagers, and especially M. Hamel, because he has been there for 40 years. Like 40 years is not a little time, it is a long time, almost his life was there. So, he was in grief, he had a nostalgic feeling, and also he was indulged in patriotism, he has the patriotic feeling. So, first of all, grief means sadness, like he was very upset, he was sad. So, when you are upset, we do not have smiles in our face. So, this is what griefness, like we are very sad. Nostalgic means like all the days past, all the years, our bygone days, they are coming back to our memory, like we remember them, like this was a thing, this was a time when I joined the school or I was the teacher. So, M. Hamel had all these nostalgic feelings in his mind. So many years he was working as a French teacher, and now suddenly he has to just go away, and also he won't be able to teach French to his district, to his native place. Now, Franz was in a shock, like now everything started to make sense to him, like why the village people has gathered there, why was his teacher dressed up in a special dress, and what was in the bulletin board. So, now he understood that oh, this was the news in the bulletin board, that they have won the battle, Prussian has won the battle, and the language is going to change now, and new rules and regulations are going to come. So, the villagers has gathered there as a mark of respect to the teacher M. Hamel, who was there since a very long time. They were also very sad because like Franz, he was not up to date to his studies, like the French language, he did not study, he did not learn anything well. Similarly, the villagers were also sad because they also didn't learn their language, their mother tongue well when they were a child or in their childhood. So, they were also sad. So, finally, when everything started to make sense to Franz, he understood everything, and also he was very sad because it was his last French lesson. He was also very guilty for not learning the lesson well. So, as mentioned by him, he said, "Oh, the wretches." Now, wretches means an unfortunate happening that was not expected, that was not supposed to come to his way. "My last French lesson, why, I hardly knew how to write. I should never learn any more. I must stop there then. Oh, how sorry I was for not learning my lessons, for seeking bird's egg or going sliding on the Saar. My books that had seemed such a nuisance a while ago, so heavy to carry, my grammar and my history of the saints were old friends now that I couldn't give up. And M. Hamel too, the idea that he was going away, that I should never see him again, made me forgot all about his ruler and how cranky he was." So, by these lines we can understand that Franz was very guilty of not learning his lessons well, for not learning the language, his mother tongue French well. Also, he was very guilty that instead of learning, when the classes were going on, he was seeking bird's eggs or going sliding on the Saars. That means he was just wondering, he was daydreaming, he was looking outside the window what the birds were doing, how the leaves are moving. So, he was busy on all those stuff, he was daydreaming. And sliding on the Saar means it's a Saar is a river basically in Alsace. So, he was doing all those stuff instead of attending the classes, and moreover whenever he is in the class also he was not at all attentive, which made him not to learn the language or even understand the language very well. The grammar, the participles, the formation of the French language he has no idea about, which he was guilty, and now he understood that from now I won't be even allowed to learn it. So, how stupid I was of not attending the classes very well. So, apart from that, he also got a caring and loving feeling for M. Hamel. He used to dislike M. Hamel because M. Hamel was a strict teacher, and also he was not interested in French language, learning French language. But now what happened when he knew that M. Hamel is also leaving? Now he suddenly have that loving feeling for him, the respect for M. Hamel arose in his heart, that my teacher whom I was I didn't learn from him, and now he is going away and I will not be able to learn it anymore. So, in the last line, as mentioned by Franz, he said, "I should never see him again, made me forget all about his ruler and how cranky he was." So, like I said, that he suddenly got a loving feeling that he is not going to see his teacher anymore. From tomorrow he will get a new teacher, and from M. Hamel he didn't learn whatever he was supposed to learn. He got a chance of learning his own mother tongue, but since he was not attentive, he did not learn it. So, now he forgot how strict M. Hamel was, his ruler. Ruler means obviously he was scared of the ruler because he might get a beating, he had that feeling and so on. So, that is why he was very frightened before, but now because his teacher was leaving away, he forgot his anger or even how strict he was. He, instead of that, he got a respect for him and he was going to miss him a lot. So, he was thinking of the villagers also. He understood why they have they are going to attend the class, and why M. Hamel was dressed in such a fine form, that is, he has mentioned the dress as a Sunday clothes. Sunday clothes means they are dressed up specially and they are comfortable in. So, while he was thinking all this, it was going around his mind, he could suddenly hear his name was called. So, in a shock he stood up, and it was now his turn to recite. Since we have already discussed and we already know that Franz had no idea on participles of French language. Now, he was very nervous. He still he gave a try, but on the first word itself he made a mistake. So, M. Hamel said, "I won't scold you, little Franz, you must feel bad enough. See how it is, every day we have said to ourselves, bah, I have plenty of time. Ah, that is the great trouble with Elsie. She puts off learning till tomorrow." That means From this line we understand that Franz was not able to answer or recite the participles well, and M. Hamel, instead of getting angry because it was his last lesson, he told Franz that I won't scold you little Franz, like means he is not going to scold him. So, he said that see how it is, like we think that we have lot of time and we do not do things in time, like we are not regular to ourselves and we think that we will do it tomorrow, we just keep delaying the things like I have lot of time, I will do it later. But what happened when actually the time finishes up or ended up in an unfortunate way? Life is not predictable, it is unpredictable, right. So, when unfortunate things happen and then we realize that we missed the precious time that we were supposed to utilize, that we were supposed to use, and we did not use it and we have delayed it always. So, M. Hamel said this is the problem with Alsace, that Alsace keeps putting off learning till tomorrow. That means, everybody of Alsace according to M. Hamel has not given importance of time and they have just delayed it, saying that we have time, we will do it later. So, this is the problem with the people who belongs to Alsace according to M. Hamel. Then after this, M. Hamel mentioned that when the new people, the German people will come and when they will ask you, they will tell you to speak your language, then you can't speak. So, they will taunt you, they will say you do not even know your mother tongue, then how are you even supposed to be a literate person. So, they will taunt like you are a Frenchman and you do not even know how to speak or write your language. So, this is the mocking that they were going to have in the coming days because of not learning their mother tongue, that is French, alright. So, M. Hamel not only blames him, he said no little Franz, you are not that worse, there are a lot other things also, lot other people also, and it is not only your fault. So, he even blamed Franz's parents for being not so responsible to make Franz learn his mother tongue, that is French. So, he said that instead of your parents making you understand or forcing you to learn French, they made you work on the fields or they made you go to the farms and work there. So, apart from that, M. Hamel also blames himself that he said like, didn't I tell you to water my flowers some days. So, he said that I also am responsible for it because I also have told you to water my flowers, or I also have given you works that were not supposed to do by you, like they are not supposed to be done by you, alright. So, he even said that when I was going to fishing or I had a plan of fishing that day, I gave you a holiday. So, it was somewhere my mistake also, your parents were also responsible, you were obviously responsible, and somewhat the other part I am also responsible. This is what is said by M. Hamel. So, now the twist and the questions are gone, they are solved, like we know why the chapter name was the last lesson. We also came to know that what was in the bulletin board, why was the teacher dressed up like that, why was Franz confused and what answers did he get. So, we are answerable now to these questions. So, for today's class we will wrap up here. In the next class we will go for the conclusion, like after knowing all this, what was the reaction of Franz, what was the reaction of M. Hamel, how the class actually ended, did they learn something new or were they able to learn something on their last class, was it big enough to make them learn at least the basic things of their mother tongue French language. So, we will go through this, and also how the emotions of the teacher and the students, how were they how were they expressed and how the class ended, how the dismission of the class was there, where is M. Hamel now, was he going to leave the country or just a place. So, we will have a discussion on that in the next class in our third part. Till then, please again I will say, go through the chapter, read the lines, get the meanings, and you have a doubt, comment in the section below, or you can also use the group to ask me, alright. In the previous class I have given you some questions. So, this part 2 I will also have some questions which I will give you, you will get it from my video again. So, you have to watch the video till the end without skipping, like I say always. So, watch the video, learn, understand, read and clear your concepts. See students, if you know the story, if you are aware of the concept, then any answer, any question that is asked, you will be able to answer. Now see, we remember things that we see most than we hear or that we listen. So whenever I am reciting the story or we are having a discussion, please try to make an imaginary picture in your mind. Like if you imagine, when I say that Franz was on the way to his school and he saw a bulletin board, he saw many people crowded over it. So you can make a picture in your mind, like there was a student in a uniform, it was a bright sunny day and he saw a lot of people in front of him, there was a crowd and there was a bulletin board. So he was curious, he was not able to see the news, what was in it. So you can just have that imaginary thing in your on your mind. So this will help you to make a fictional imagination in your mind and it will stay in it. Like you will remember it for a long time, maybe forever if you are very good enough at it. Like you make the imaginary picture, you film it up in your mind. That is what I meant, alright. So listen, make imaginations, understand the whole story, the concept, and you are all ready to go. So from this part, I hope you have understood it well. So we will go for the next part, that is the third class part, and we will also end our chapter hopefully. So till then, learn, read and stay safe. Thank you so much.